Thank you, Chairman, sir. Give me opportunity to participate demands grants for pertaining to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry during financial year 2022-23. I am very happy to be here. Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji also present here, and also his team MOS and Priya and also other MOS also present here. Normally I am not yeah, I told. I already appreciate Cabinet Minister Piyush Goyal. Normally I am not participating in commerce and industry because I am not an expert of this subject. Export, import, I am not an expert. So, Supriya ji and Karthi Chidambaram, so many speakers, they are so expert of this subject. At the same time, I was compelled to participate in this ministry because of my state, Kerala. Kerala is, everybody knows that cash crop states. Pepper, spices, cardamom, rubber, tea. What is the condition, sir, now? Very, very worst condition of all the sectors. Because Government of India totally ignoring this sector. And also allocation of the funds also very meager. That's why I am participating in this demands grants, and also I would like to bring kind attention, Honorable Minister. I am not going to all the issues, but I am specifically going to the cashew sector, which is affecting my parliamentary constituency. Sir, the cashew sector in Kerala and various parts of my constituency, Mavelikara, are facing existential threat, as almost 90% of the cashew factories are remaining shut and rest are fast closing down. And this situation is making the future of more than 3 lakh cashew sector workers, majority of whom are women and from deprived sections, to a very serious crisis. I would state that 30% of the workers belong to the scheduled caste, 35% from other backward communities. There is a relatively low presence of the younger workforce. 8.6% of the workers are engaged in private cashew processing unit. SC category workers are predominantly engaged in shelling and cutting. 59% shelling, 50% in cutting. Sir, you can, Honorable Minister, I would invite you in my constituency to visit some cashew factories. You can understand their life, their working condition, their hand, everything, you can see that. Sir, so it is clear that the workforce is primarily composed of socially and economically backward communities whose basic rights are not protected by the state and central government, and the pandemic as well as the cashew sector crisis has worsened the problem faced by these workers. The state government has completely failed to address the issue of cashew sector, and with the 90+ cashew factories are closed in Kollam district itself. The situation is worrying. The state government could not protect the cashew sector workers or exporters or factory owners, with more than 5 cashew factory owners committed suicide. Sir, the Government of India has also not done anything in particular to improve the situation in cashew sector. And the main reason for crisis in cashew sector is charging of 5% import cess on dry cashew kernel. And this situation has forced the cashew processing and factory owners to close down factories. I would also detail the reason for the suicide of 5 cashew factory process unit owners, as it exposed the gross negligence the authorities are showing the cashew sector as a whole. Even with the Kerala government taking up the issue of financial troubles of cashew factory owners, with the banks and the government issuing orders declaring moratorium on the recovery of loan till December 31st. Sir, the banks and lenders went ahead with the serving notice to cashew entrepreneurs who had defaulted on paying loans and published the names of defaulters, asking them to clear dues within 60 days. The notice served under SARFAESI Act 2002 mean that the banks are going ahead with the loan recovery, notwithstanding the government intervention to find ways to revive the industry is an object failure of the state government and the central government to address the financial crisis of the cashew sector. I must remind the House that the crisis in cashew sector is a widespread, as only around 100 factories are currently functioning out of 836 factories that spread around Kollam and neighboring district in Kerala. So today I am very happy because the Commerce and Industry Ministry demands grants is discussing here. So I want to expose the failure of the ministry to protect the poor interests, those who are working in the cashew sector. Sir, the cashew sector, government of India and state government earning lot of foreign exchange. But at the same time, you have to duty for protecting the poor workers. But you never listen to poor workers. The impact of COVID-19 had also complicated the situation of the cashew factory owners, as they could not recover from the already worsening situation, as more and more loan accounts become non-performing assets. Therefore, by taking the crisis of the cashew factory processing center owners concerned, I request the government declare a loan moratorium for cashew sector, restrictive existing loan with the easy payment option, and waive of all possible charges, and stop evoking SARFAESI Act. I would also request the government to consider credit guarantee scheme to facilitate cashew business, and bank and the government should consider this restructured non-performing assets, waive of interest or postpone demand for payment, and realize the principal amount in smaller installments to revise the entire cashew sector, which will otherwise die a slow and very painful death. Mr. Chairman, sir, I would also highlight the problem faced by the cashew sector, for which fresh and target solutions are required there. One is unavailability of raw cashew nut. Second, rising input cost. Third, stiff international competition. 4, rising debts. 5, delay in resolving financial crisis. 6, low domestic production of raw cashew nuts. 7, bad loan and banks. 8, total loan exposure over 3,500 crore. 9, 5 out of 22 banks have major exposure to cashew industry. 10, 200 entrepreneurs in the sector face revenue recovery in 2018 and the number of keeping rising. 11, more running cashew business accounts turning non-performing assets. These are the 11 points for the reason of the crisis in cashew sector. So the problem are complicated even further by the central government policies that include the government allowing cashew kernels imported from Vietnam. That is also one of the reasons. So government of India, so I am concluding, sir. So because in my party I am the last speaker today. Yes. So the problem is importing of the cashew kernels. The government of India has given license to importing raw cashew kernels in the Vietnam. That is also affecting the cashew sector. In this matter, I would urge upon the government to declare special package rupees 5,000 crores for the revamping of cashew sector in Kerala. Sir, I am concluding, sir. The workers in closed factories, their livelihood is very miserable. So I would like to request the honorable government to announce 10,000 ex gratia for the poor workers, those who are working in the closed factories. You are not giving any supporting to the workers. They are earning foreign exchange, the government of India, during the factories was running. After closing the factory, you are not protect the interest of the for workers. At least you have given an incentive or ex gratia of 10,000 rupees for poor cashew workers. So with these words, I'm concluding. Before that, one more point I would like to rubber. That also my parliamentary constituency. Yeah, rubber. I'm not taking much time. Only one point. The rubber cultivation growing sector in Kerala facing extraordinary challenges. Honorable Minister is very much aware that the last 10 years rubber price is falling down, but Government of India is not. The previous Commerce and Industry Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji had several discussions along with all stakeholders. But nothing happened. Still, rubber growers are facing problem. Government of India policies totally against the rubber farmers. The price of the natural rubber, the crumb rubber, everything is going down. So rubber farmers are also facing.
Shri Bhagirath Chaudhary ji.
So, with these words, sir, in Kerala,
सभापति महोदय, माननीय